What if your child is not confused, lazy, distracted, or directionless? What if your child is simply being measured by the wrong intelligence map? Today, I want to take you into an actual case study. I will use an imaginary name for privacy. Let us call her Arohi, a Gen Z girl with a sharp mind, intense inner world, and a future that cannot be understood through marks, degrees, or generic career tests alone. This is where intelligence mapping becomes powerful. When I look at Arohi's chart, I'm not asking, is she smart? That is too small a question. I am asking, what kind of intelligence is operating through her? What type of learning gives her joy? What kind of work will make her feel connected to life? Which field will not only give success, but also meaning? And the diagnostic engine here is planetary placement. The ascendant is Aries. That tells me the base operating system is action, initiation, courage, and independence. If you put Arohi in an environment where she only has to sit, listen, obey, repeat, and wait for permission, her intelligence may look restless. But that restlessness is not a defect. It is unused fire. Aries rising needs a challenge, a target, a project, and a field where she can act. She is not built only to consume knowledge. She is built to activate knowledge. So the first intelligence is action intelligence. Then we see Sun in Capricorn in the 10th house. The 10th house is career, public image, achievement, responsibility, and visible contribution. Capricorn adds discipline, structure, pressure, institution, and long-term status. This tells me Arohi is not a casual talent. She can carry responsibility. She can build credibility. She can rise in a serious field, but she cannot be rushed into success. Her public intelligence matures through effort, structure, deadlines, and accountability. This is executive intelligence, the ability to convert talent into contribution. Now we come to the moon in Scorpio in the 8th house. This is where the case becomes deep. The moon shows the mind, emotional body, memory, sensitivity, and psychological processing. Scorpio is depth, intensity, secrets, crisis, transformation, research, and hidden motives. The 8th house is what is buried, painful, mysterious, and not visible on the surface. So Arohi does not have a shallow emotional mind. She has a research mind, a psychological mind, a mind that can sense what is unspoken. She may notice emotional contradictions, hidden pain, trauma, power dynamics, and the real reason behind someone's behavior. This creates intrapersonal intelligence and depth psychology intelligence. If you are her parent, understand this. She may not open up easily. She may process intensely. She may need privacy. She may dislike superficial conversations. But if guided well, this same placement can make her brilliant in psychology, counseling, investigative research, trauma studies, healing work, astrology, behavioral science, or any field that requires emotional courage. Now, Mercury and Venus are in Sagittarius in the 9th house, and Venus is the Atmakaraka. This is the soul signature of the chart. Venus as Atmakaraka means the soul is seeking beauty, harmony, relationship, art, aesthetics, refinement, love, and value. But because Venus is in Sagittarius, that beauty cannot remain superficial. It must become meaningful. Sagittarius is philosophy, higher education, truth, culture, ethics, travel, teaching, and belief systems. The 9th house is higher learning, worldview, publishing, dharma, university-level thinking, and life direction. So Arohi is not just artistic. She is not just creative. She has philosophical beauty intelligence. She wants design with meaning, art with message, relationships with wisdom, communication with purpose, education with soul, beauty that teaches, creativity that uplifts, culture that expands the mind. When Mercury joins Venus here, the intelligence becomes even more refined. Mercury brings language, writing, analysis, communication, learning, and mental structure. Venus brings aesthetics and taste. Sagittarius gives meaning. The 9th house gives higher knowledge. This creates visual spatial intelligence, linguistic intelligence, educational intelligence, and cultural intelligence. This child can think in images, ideas, metaphors, symbols, stories, frameworks, and global concepts. She may enjoy writing, design, branding, storytelling, teaching, philosophy, psychology, visual communication, media, culture, languages, film, aesthetics, or spiritual education. But she will not be satisfied with empty creativity. If she designs, it must mean something. If she writes, it must reveal something. If she studies, she must know why it matters. If she works, she must feel connected to the larger human story. That is why this system of intelligence mapping is superior and direct. It does not force every child into one box. It does not say science is good, arts is weak, commerce is practical. No. It asks a deeper question. Where does the intelligence naturally flow? Now look at Mars, Jupiter, and Ketu in Aquarius in the 11th house. This is a major diagnostic cluster. Aquarius is technology, networks, systems, innovation, reform, future thinking, social platforms, communities, and collective progress. The 11th house is gains, networks, ambitions, social media, large groups, and long-term goals. Mars in Aquarius gives technical action. It wants to solve problems through systems. Jupiter in Aquarius gives reformist wisdom. It wants to teach, guide, and expand through community and social progress. Ketu in Aquarius gives detached pattern recognition. It can see loopholes, hidden structures, and system errors. Together, this is futuristic systems intelligence. This is the kind of child who may be drawn to technology, AI, product, design, UX research, digital platforms, social innovation, community building, data patterns, future studies, online education, or social impact work. But she should not be pushed into technology only because technology pays well. Her chart says technology must be connected to meaning. If she studies AI, she may enjoy AI ethics. If she studies design, she may enjoy user experience. If she studies psychology, she may enjoy mental health technology. If she studies media, she may enjoy digital storytelling. This is why planetary placement is such a direct diagnostic engine. Mars tells us how she acts. Mercury tells us how she thinks. Venus tells us what she values. Moon tells us how she feels. Jupiter tells us what meaning she seeks. Saturn tells us how her career matures. Rahu tells us where hunger and ambition rise. Ketu tells us where ancient pattern recognition operates. Now let us look at Saturn as Amatyakaraka in Pisces in the 12th house. Amatyakaraka shows career direction, work skill, and the kind of responsibility the person must develop in the world. Saturn as Amatyakaraka makes the career serious, methodical, slow building, structured, disciplined, and service-oriented. Saturn never gives shortcut success. It gives earned mastery. But Saturn is in Pisces in the 12th house. Pisces is compassion, spirituality, healing, imagination, surrender, emotional sensitivity, and service. The 12th house is solitude, foreign lands, hospitals, retreats, sleeps, hidden life, meditation, isolation, subconscious patterns, and places away from noise. So her career cannot be judged only by public glamour. She may do some of her best work behind the scenes. She may need quiet. She may work in fields connected to psychology, healing, hospitals, NGOs, international institutions, design for well-being, spiritual education, dream research, sleep studies, meditation, mental health, film, music, or compassionate technology. Saturn in Pisces in the 12th gives disciplined compassion. It is the intelligence of someone who can sit with invisible suffering, work with what others avoid, and build structure around emotion, healing, imagination, and service. For a parent, this is important. Do not mistake her need for solitude as weakness. Do not mistake her emotional seriousness as lack of confidence. Do not mistake her sensitivity as inability to succeed. She may succeed precisely because she can feel what others ignore. Now, Rahu and Leo in the 5th house. The 5th house is creative intelligence, education, memory, talent, performance, authorship, creativity, and the ability to express what is inside. Leo is visibility, leadership, radiance, performance, dignity, and recognition. Rahu intensifies hunger. So Arohi has a hunger to be creatively seen. She may want to create something original. She may enjoy performing, presenting, storytelling, content creation, film, theater, public speaking, teaching, or building a visible creative identity. But Rahu can also create pressure. The pressure to be special, the fear of being ignored, the obsession with comparison. So the guidance is not to suppress her creative ambition. The guidance is to purify it. Give her projects. Give her stage. Give her content creation. Give her research presentations. Give her design challenges. Give her debate, drama, storytelling, visual media, or leadership and education. Let her be visible, but teach her integrity. Now, when I synthesize the full chart, the dominant intelligence types are very clear. Number 1, visual spatial intelligence. This comes through Venus Atmakaraka, Venus with Mercury, Sagittarius 9th house, and Rahu in the creative 5th. She thinks in images, symbols, layouts, stories, meaning, and emotional atmosphere. This is where clarity begins, and the right path opens today. So, if you want a deep intelligence map reading, one that actually works for you, get in touch with me. Let us map the intelligence before forcing the career. Let us understand the child before judging the performance. Let us find the field where your child does not just succeed, but feels alive.